thanks for your patience while I got this one done. This thing is kind of a beast. We're doing Goose's Factory Fiction this time around, and I thought I could get this one done a little more quickly than I actually ended up being able to get it done. But I think we're going to be able to make this happen, and the trick is going to be whether I can hold it all in my head in one go or not, because there's a lot going on with this song. So let's get right into it. If this is your first lesson with me, just know that we're teaching a sort of intermediate to advanced level. So if you're a beginner piano player, we're not going to cover a lot of basic stuff that you will need to know to do this stuff well. That's really not my wheelhouse as a teacher. But if you like this kind of music and you want to learn more about it, welcome aboard. Let's have some fun. So this song starts with just a guitar riffing on a B flat down to A. Easy enough. There's nothing for the piano to do there. And when the piano drops in, it's starting on this B flat minor chord. And then all of the intro chords are going to be over B flat. So your left hand is just going to be hanging out on B flat. And this is just a B flat minor chord. I have an F, a B flat, and a D. And you can go down to the A flat a little bit with your left hand to keep the same sort of rhythm as that guitar. The second chord is an A flat major chord over B flat. So B flat with the left hand, A flat, C, and E flat. And then E flat. And the way I have that voiced, again, with the B flat in the left hand, and then a G, B flat, and E flat. And then it goes back up to that B flat minor chord. And when you come back up to the B flat minor chord, that's the first chord of the next segment. So this repeats a few times. So the whole thing together sounds like this. B flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, A flat, E flat, B flat minor, A flat minor, major, E flat major, B flat minor. And then it moves into this second segment, which is just between B flat minor and then E flat major over B flat. So it goes. And that is the same voicings we were just using. So you B flat with your left hand, and then an F, B flat, and D flat. If you want to get a little classical with that one. And then up to the E flat major, which is E. So G on the bottom, B flat, and E flat. And you're just going between those two chords on that rhythm. Does that 8 times, and then it goes to this next segment of using sort of those same chords for the intro stuff, where it goes. And so that is that B flat minor, and now you're moving your left hand along with the chord changes, and then it's 2 hits on A flat major, same voicing as we had earlier. So A flat with your left hand, and then A flat, C, and E flat, and then back up to the B flat minor, and then you hit a longer E flat major. So you have E flat with the left hand, G, B flat, and E flat. So all together that is. Does that 4 times? Segment, well, there's a little bit more intro, so let's just get through it. And then it lands on this very nice F sharp major chord. Goes up to A flat major. So that F sharp major chord is F sharp with your left hand, and then it's F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. And you can invert this up and down. because it goes 4 times through this change, and you can make it pretty, real pretty. And so the second chord is that A flat major, A flat with your left hand, A flat, C, and E flat. And again, you can invert them up and down and run up and down the chords and arpeggios while you're doing these 4 times through. And then it goes to the C sharp major chord. So C sharp with your left hand, and then I'm voicing it with a G sharp, a C sharp, and an F. And this is what's turning us around into the riff, is this chord and the next chord. And then the next chord is an F minor chord, like that. So we've that whole sequence together is you go 4 times through this F sharp major to A flat chords. C sharp, and then F minor, which brings us to that great little riff. Which has odd time signature counting. The easiest way to think about the time signature counting on this, it's actually pretty easy to count when you're playing it just because of the way the riff is shaped, is that it's 3 measures of 4/4 and then 1 measure with 3 beats in it. Which I think would count out to like 15 time if you combined all that into one big measure. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what's happening where it sounds like it does that little hiccup beat. It's pretty clever. It's nice. I love odd time signature stuff. We haven't done a lot of it in these lessons. It's great for shaking up your ability to count as a musician and to get your awareness of what's happening with time sharper and sharper. So working on odd time stuff is super fun. All right, so let's get into what this riff is. The left hand is doing this B flat, A flat, G, and then back up to A flat under the whole thing. So if you're playing it all together, the left hand is just going between those 3 notes up and down, B flat, A flat, G, A flat. And then the right hand part is going D, C, B flat, D flat, C, B flat, and then G, B flat, A flat, C, and then B flat, C, and D. So D, C, B flat, D flat, C, B flat, G, B flat, A flat, C, and then you run it back up with the B flat, C, D. And then that turnaround, that extended turnaround is A flat, C, E flat. It's just doing that over and over again. And it does that 4 times through. So the last time through on that little riff, Rick on the guitar does this little sort of G minor riffing down, and then it lands on E flat major, so E flat, G, B flat, E flat, and then it drops down to the D minor real quick, and then you're into the verse progression. So the verse progression is it's an F major chord, an E flat major chord, a B flat major over D chord, and then back up to the E flat major chord. And that's how I have them voiced, is F with my left hand, and then A, C, and F. And then E flat with my left hand, G, B flat, and E flat. And then for the B flat over D chord, you have D with your left hand, and then an F, a B flat, and a D. And you can just do that a bunch under the verses. So you're following along with the verses, doing that over and over again, and then it turns around to the riff again, that guitar riff thing, with a C minor chord, and then an A flat major chord. So the C minor chord, C with my left hand, and then I have it voiced as a G, C, and E flat, and then the A flat major that we've been doing a bunch, A flat, C, and E flat, and then you're back to... jumps up a fifth. So you're doing the same thing again, but you're starting the riff on A, and your left hand note is going F, E flat, and D. So for that one, again, the left hand part is just going between F, E flat, and D. And then the riff moved up, transposed up a fifth, is A, G, F, A flat, G, F, D, F, E flat, G, and then F, G, A, G, F, A flat, G, F, D, F, E flat, G, B flat. So. It does that 4 times through, and that leads us to these really cool chords under, let's call it the chorus section. And I don't know the words, so I'm just going to kind of sort of sing along the melody line. Those chords are super cool. So it's an F major chord. So we have F with the left hand, F, A, C, and then you raise the fifth a half step. So the C goes up to a C sharp. Everything else stays in place. And then you take that up another half step. So then it becomes essentially a D minor chord over F. I have it in my notes as an F6. It doesn't. It's an F without a fifth in it and a sixth. So it's F with the left hand, F, A, D, and F. So what you've done is taken this F major chord and you've raised the fifth a half step and then raised it by a half step again, and then it comes back down to the C sharp, and then now you're back on the F, and then it goes to an A major chord. Excuse me. So it's A to C, A, C sharp, and E, and then a D minor chord. So D with the left hand, and then F, A, and D. And then it has this really cool, I have it in my notes. It took me a minute to figure out what to call this thing. But I think I have it close enough to what they're doing, because Peter definitely plays this A. At first I thought it was a C minor chord, but I'm treating it as an A diminished over C. So we have C with the left hand, and then C, E flat, and A. So if it was a triad, it would be an A diminished triad. So it's C, E flat, and A. And then it comes down to B flat, and then B flat minor. So you just take the third, the D down to D flat, and then it goes to F major, C, B flat, and then the B flat you pop up really quick to an E flat over B flat. And we were talking about voicing B flat and E flat a bunch at the beginning. So it's chords we've been using a lot in this song. So that whole progression again is F, and then raise the fifth again, and then bring it back down, and then we're on F, A major, D minor, A diminished over C, and then B flat minor, F, may the nighttime C be your home, B flat, and then pop it up to the E flat. And And so that's the chorus section. And then there's a solo, like a guitar solo over that that verse groove that we were doing earlier. F, E flat, B flat over D. So you do that a bunch of times. And that's going to lead into the second verse. And then the second verse turns back into the guitar riff with the C minor and then the A flat major. And then it's a piano solo take on the riff, but it's not different from how we played it before. Peter plays it an octave up from where we were just playing it before, so it's... So it's solo piano for 2 times through, and then the whole band comes in to do it, I believe 4 times, not 100% on that. We'll find out when we play along with it. So it's the riff again, you know, like we've been doing. And then it turns around like this. And that is B flat, A flat, G, G flat, E flat, D, C, F, B flat. And that's it. And it only does that once. It's very cute. And then you're back in those chorus chords, that F with the raised fifth stuff. Chords twice this time, and then after the second time through, it settles into this just B flat minor jam that goes open-ended 1-chord jam. We'll play along with it because this one that we're going to do gets absolutely nuts, and it'll be fun to play along with. We'll have a good time. I have not prepped for it, so we're going to do it in the spirit of improvisation. Coming out of the jam, so once it's built and gone all crazy, they hit these very high-flying chords that call back to the intro. So it's the B-flat minor chords. Just like that. So it's the B-flat minor, A-flat major, back up to the B-flat, and then E-flat. It does that 8 times, and then it goes into this great climb, which is on a B-flat minor, C minor, so it's C, E flat, and G. A C sharp major, which is C sharp, F, and G sharp. E flat major, which we've done a bunch. F minor, so F, A flat, and C. F sharp, which is F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. G minor, which is G, B flat, and D. A flat major, A flat, C, E flat, and then for half of that measure it goes up to A. So that whole build together is B flat, C minor, C sharp, E flat, F minor, F sharp major, G minor, A flat, so I'm sorry, the A flat, and just take the root up to A, but leave the rest of it in place as an A flat chord, so you have it's like a diminished again, an A, a C, and an E flat, and that takes you right back into one quick pop on that guitar riff, and that's the end of the song. So you do the sort of the first half of the riff, and then you just pop the B flat. And that's it. So I guess it's not that bad. It's a lot to remember. And so we'll get into it. I always take on these songs thinking they won't be super complicated, but this one has a lot going on. And so it's going to be fun to play. I picked the one from last fall with Trey on it because it's got Trey on it, and that's going to be really fun to play along with. So we're at the break. I'm going to take this opportunity to say, if you like what I do, If you like these videos, you probably like the same kind of music I do. You'd probably like my band. We're called Andrew North and the Rangers. We have a new live album out called Thanks for the Warning Volume 1. You can look it up on streaming and stuff. It's down in the description. I'd really appreciate it if you check it out. And with that, let's fire up the track and play along with it. All right, so we're going to do it. I'm going to do my best to keep up. It may be a mess, whatever. It'll be fun. So that's a guitar hitting that B flat. Then it goes down to A flat. Here comes the piano. That's the B flat minor chord, an A flat major chord, E flat major chord. Your left hand just stays on B flat, back to the B flat minor, A flat major, E flat major, B flat minor, all right, now we're going to this next part. That's just going between the B flat minor and the E flat major. I thought for a second it might be the A flat, but it's not. Here's that next part, B flat, A flat, and E flat. Minor or F sharp major, and then A flat major. You can run it up and down. That's a C sharp, and then F minor. Here's the riff. On this F. F, E flat, and then B flat over D. It does this for a while. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot of room to play around with it on piano. You just kind of have to stick to the part because the feel of it's so strong. It's really the groove. So Rick gets to mess around with the guitar, but or Trey, that's probably Trey. Two guitarists, there's more noodling than usual. But the piano player, you gotta keep going. This is such a cool song. C minor, A flat, back to the riff. Remember, we're going to take it up a fifth. Here it comes. F, raise the fifth, raise it again, take it back down. F, A, D minor, A diminished over C, B flat minor, F, C, B flat. Now pop it up to the E flat. There you go. And it's that verse progression again under the guitar solo. would say for a solo progression, it's probably an F mixolydian. Could also be like a B flat major. But that's like the scale you'd use if you were soloing over. And this groove is so dependent on what the piano's doing. There's not a lot of room to muck around. Locked into this, you can do a lot with dynamics and with like the timing of the way you hit the notes. You can still build things. You can be soft, you can be engaged and intense, and like that all supports what the soloist is doing. So there's always opportunities to serve the song. Nobody's paying attention to the piano with this stuff going on. Here's the next verse. C minor, A flat, here's our big moment. A lot of this stuff goes by so fast, you just gotta go back to the first talk through to get all the chords right. B flat minor, F, C, B flat, pop it up to the E flat. We do it again. F, raise the fifth, raise it again, bring it back down. F, A major, D minor, A diminished over C, B flat minor, F, C, B flat, and now we're going into the jams. So it's just this B minor jam. And when you have just a minor chord, one chord jam like this, there's a lot of room to just get vibey and explore. This is going to be B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, and B. And whatever you can build out of those notes. So you can build a B flat minor chord, and then the E flat major chord is a good buddy of yours on this. get your piano time in now because you know the guitar fireworks are coming. So it's our time to lay down some piano vibe. This is not a piano show-off song. This is a guitar show-off song, but we can add a lot to it. Peter's all about that C on this. Honestly, the seconds and the sixths are great notes to use because they don't fall in the normal pentatonic scale, so they don't get used a whole ton, and they can add a lot of good vibe. Now we got to follow along with the texture that's coming. I'm going from like the A flat, G F, with the C sharp on top. Now you settle back into the groove for a minute. You really can't go wrong with that B flat minor scale and building chords out of it. And that's all I'm doing here is just going up and down scale tones and grabbing them in sort of chord-like shapes. You can get a little thick and jazzy, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Now we're kind of running with it. And so for this kind of feel, I would use the 1 and the 4 chords a lot, so it's the B flat minor, and then the E flat major. And to escalate tension, I would move my left hand up the B flat scale tones. Hear that? Get tension out of it, you can bring everything up scale tones. And try to land on that B flat when you get back to the 1, when you hear that drum fill coming. In, you can almost go a little whole tone. Rick likes that kind of stuff. So they're going a little nonsense. You can break out of the B flat scale here. You can make weird notes. You can play with the tritone, the E and the F, because you're just building tension now. And you're gonna wait for it to get released. The guitar's gonna lead it back in, guitar and drums. So pay attention to what they're doing. Here it comes. So you just settle back into that. Like 1-4 is your friend. You could also just be pretty good on just the B flat. You can hear the bass climbing scale tones. And so when you hear the bass climbing like that, you should really be climbing too. And now the bass is suspended on the F, so just keep building until it's time to release it. Sometimes you have to hedge your bets a little bit when you don't know when it's going to turn around. All right, we're in the outro. So let's go to that B flat and the B flat, the A flat, and the E flat. So it's B flat, C minor, because we're climbing to the end, C sharp, E flat, F minor, F sharp major, G minor, A flat, A, and a little root. B flat, and that's it. Everyone. That was really fun, and that's such a cool song. I remember the first time I heard that song, it kind of knocked my socks off. Just the composition in it's really cool. Nothing like completely insane, but the way Goose composes, there's a lot of complexity within sort of the normal framework of being in sort of that F major, B flat sort of zone. So it's not like modulating to different keys or doing anything compositionally crazy, but there's a lot of complexity, and it's really fun to pick it all apart and see what's going on with it. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you're learning some cool stuff. Shoot me some comments, messages. I love hearing from y'all. Any requests that you have. I have a little pile of requests built up to go through, and I'm going to start chipping away at them in the weeks coming up. So again, hope you're having fun playing. I'm having fun making lessons for you. And let's do it again next week. Cheers.